All right, this is going to be for your test on Friday coming up, and I'm going to show you what you're going to have to do for the test. You're going to start with a clean sheet of paper. The objective of the test is to, of course, set this 11 by 17 inch document up properly with all the proper measurements and borders, and then you're going to draw a couple of walls on there. Those are all going to be straight and to the correct dimensions. In order to do that, of course, you first want to make sure that your paper is straight and level, that it's mounted on the board straight and level. So I'm going to take my bar, make sure my bar is straight. Okay, now it's straight. And I butt the edge of my paper up to the bar. Okay, and I know that's straight. And then I'm going to tape my top corners down, and then my bottom corners. Always lift up your bar when you're going over that tape. Okay. All right. First thing first, sorry about the noise there. We're going to set up our border around the paper at 1/2 of an inch. So I'm going to measure 1/2 of an inch on the using the regular ruler side. It has a 16 on it. If you can see that, it has a number 16 right there. Okay, I'm going to measure 1/2 an inch and mark my right border. And I'll go up to the top and just kind of line it up with something like the number 2 here. Mark it at 1/2 an inch. Same with the side over here. Just line it up with 0. Mark it at 1/2 inch. And then same at the bottom. Mark it at 1/2 inch. Okay, now I can lightly draw my border line. Okay. Again, making sure my bar is straight. All right. So this bottom mark that I placed on the paper, that's marking my bottom part of my border. Okay, and I'm drawing a light line. I'm not worried about geometric correctness as of yet. Okay, draw my verticals. Vertical there. Vertical here. Now I have that. I stand back and I'll look at it, make sure everything's straight, make sure nothing looks crooked, and then I go back and darken in the lines. Now here I'm wanting to make sure my intersections are executed exactly on the spot. Okay, now there is my border. The next thing I want to do is set up my title block down here at the bottom. Try to get a little bit closer view. Okay. A little closer for the title block. All right. Now, my title block, again, I'm going to use the regular 16 side of the ruler, marked with the number 16. Those are your regular inches. And I start by going up vertically. Okay, I mark 1/2 of an inch, mark off another 1/2 of an inch, and a third 1/2 of an inch. The last mark is going to be 3/4 of an inch. That's going to take me out to 2 1/4. All right, and then I have my horizontal marks. Okay, I'm going to take this first one out to 1 inch. The next one is going to be 1 1/2 inches, so it'll be all the way out here to 2 1/2 inches. And then the last one is also 1 1/2 inches, taking it all the way out to 4. Okay, and I go ahead and fill in my lines, checking my bar straightness again. All right, and now for my vertical lines. Check my bar just one time here. Okay, that one goes all the way up, so I'll do it all the way through. Now this one, these two here only go up to the second line, like that. Now I'm ready to go back and darken in my lines. I can use any straight object and just line it up with the lines that are already there. So I think this one will work better for me in this lighting. And these are going to be geometrically correct, making all of the right points and intersections right where they need to be. Okay, now this line only goes partially across, not all the way. Basically goes right to here. Okay, now this is where the title of the assignment goes. This is where the company goes. This block is where the date, and this is the scale that we're using. This is your name, and then of course this would be my name. All right, now to do our lettering, you would use your graphing ruler. Okay, with your graphing ruler, you use your short or long one. In fact, it's probably easier with the short one. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to get your text kind of in the middle of the block as best you can. Now this first set of text, the letters will be 1/4 of an inch tall. So actually what I'm going to do is follow from this 2-inch mark here down here. I'm just marking a quarter a quarter of an inch from there to there. And I'm going to mark another 1/4 of an inch, and that's going to be my bottom guideline. I'm going to go ahead and mark up these other boxes as well. These letters, because they are going to be not quite as important as the title, are going to be 1/8 of an inch tall. So right here at the 1-inch mark, I travel about, let's say, 3/16 of an inch, and then 1/8 of an inch from there to make my next mark. Same here, 3/16 of an inch, make a mark, and then 1/8 of an inch, make a mark. Same here, 3/16 of an inch, and then 1/8 of an inch. Using my parallel bar, I'm going to draw some guidelines. These will be very light lines, probably even lighter than the original lines for drawing the border. So, very light line. A very light line. Okay, going down here to these boxes now. I just marked one dot in here, but I'm going to draw it across both boxes because the text will be perfectly aligned horizontally. So start here and just kind of draw a light line all the way across there. And go to the bottom one, do the same thing. Make it straight. Across, and then these lines as well. Okay, now I'm ready to write, and I want to make very careful letters. The letters must all be capital, and they must all be the correct size, even size, and all of your letters should be vertically straight, not slanted to one way or the other. So kind of consider your handwriting here. So this one will be title of it will be test and setup. Okay. Next line, this is going to be the school's name. So I'm going to start it now. You got to be careful. This is a long word. It's going to say Clean Career Center. Make sure you got plenty of guideline to draw it on, and try to estimate to get it in the middle. The more you practice this, the easier it is to do. Okay, so I'm going to start here. Okay, so Clean Career Center. Here's the date. The date of the test will be 3. And these lines, of course, your date separations would have to be slanted. 16. Here's your scale. We're using 3/4 inch scale. 3, quarter scale. Just go ahead and put the inch mark on there. And then your name. First initial. Okay. And of course that would be your name, not my name. I'll put my name right here. And this block over here is also another block where the letters need to be 1/4 of an inch tall. And kind of find the middle. I'm going to find the middle right here, but I'm going to go 1/4 of an inch down. Then I'm going to measure, let's see, that's right here. That's not correct. 1/4 of an inch. Okay. Let's start about, find a good spot. Let's do start here and then just go 1/4 of an inch from that. And some guidelines. Try to make your lines a little lighter than mine. I just want mine to sort of show up in the video. And then 1A. 1 standing for page number 1 and the A standing for architecture. Okay? Now, if you're going to make your drawing, I'm going to have you make a drawing right in here. I'm not going to give you the dimensions or anything to it. It's just going to be walls. And you're going to have to provide the correct wall thickness and the correct dimensions that I give you. Okay, so that is how you set it up, and then going from there, drawing your test drawing.